Hey everybody, what's up? So I'm back today to do our next name for our Advent study that we've been doing. We are doing this out of an Advent devotional, Unwrapping the Names of Jesus. This is the book. So if you have missed previous videos, just so y'all know, that is the study we're doing. It's coming straight from this book. You can go get your own, or just follow along as I read. However you want to do it. But if you do enjoy this video, I highly encourage you to go check the other ones out. We're just doing an Advent study. Each Sunday we'll be lighting a candle for the Advent season, and then we also do a name of Jesus for each week, or each day of the Advent. So that's what we've been doing, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. So this will be our 18th day of Advent. And sorry guys. Okay, so this is our 18th day of Advent, and our name is Jesus is the Prince of Peace. For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and he will be called Prince of Peace. Of the greatness of his government and peace there will be no end. Isaiah 9:6-7. During his time on earth, Jesus restored peace everywhere he went. He calmed tumultuous storms. He brought healing to the sick. He raised the dead to life. He forgave sinners their sins. Isaiah prophetically calls the coming Messiah the Prince of Peace. Isaiah 9:6. And the angels announcing the birth of Jesus declare, on earth peace to those on whom his favor rests. Luke 2:14. Jesus came to restore not just peace as we understand a cessation of hostility, but a rich, full, abiding harmony of life. His first coming began this process of restoring peace between us and God. His second coming will bring wholeness as he intended his creation to be when he first set the universe in motion. In contrast to human history, filled with war, gloom, and despair, the reign of Jesus will be marked by flourishing peace, wholeness, and delight. Isaiah 9 describes the shift from gloom and darkness to the Messianic age, and Malachi describes a time when the Sun of Righteousness shall rise with healing in its wings. Malachi 4:2. Jesus' rule will restore well-being to individuals and to society as a whole when he brings worldwide peace in his future kingdom on the new earth. But Jesus' reign of peace is not reserved for his future kingdom. It begins here and now. For all those who follow him, the Prince of Peace brings us peace with God, the end of spiritual enmity, and the striving to secure God's favor through our good works, as well as peace of mind and heart, a state of being at rest despite difficult circumstances, because we know that God is in control. In fact, the very night Jesus was betrayed, in his last teaching moments with his disciples, Jesus promised them peace, not as the world offers it, but as only he can give. No matter what would happen, they could rest and enjoy sweet fellowship with God, which would then create ripple effects in their relationships with the world around them. We live the present reality of God's kingdom, pushing back the kingdom of darkness and bringing to fruition the peace of Jesus. Just as he is the Prince of Peace, so he calls us to be makers of peace all around us. Though the world may be caught up in anxiety and worry, we can rest securely in the knowledge that Jesus is making all things right, and we can participate with him in bringing peace to a broken world as we look forward to the future kingdom of peace. So the Prince of Peace. That's, I think, a very well-known name for sure. It's definitely used a good bit, and I think it's probably one of the most talked about, even without directly calling him the Prince of Peace. Just the peace of God, the peace of Jesus, and we've already talked about it in this study, because it's the only true peace there is. the world offers what they call peace. It's not peace. It's a temporary, very, very temporary, crappy fix job that will last as long as that particular moment, and then it's gone again because something else has come up to rip it down. So there is no permanent peace with the world, because the world is not at peace. It's in turmoil and chaos. The only true peace that lasts and stays with us no matter what is God's peace. Peace in Jesus, peace in knowing that, we are saved, that we do have that future eternity with Him, and that He's already won that battle. He's already went to that battle. So no matter what happens on this earth, we have peace in that knowledge, and we have peace that no matter what happens to us and in our lives and the trials we go through, the valleys we must face, all of those things, we have peace in them in those moments, even though it may not be the most comfortable thing, maybe a painful time, or whatever. We still have peace because we know that ultimately God is in control, and He's already won this battle. He's already won the war. This is just a temporary battle that in the grand scheme of things, it's, He's already conquered it. So we get to have that peace because we know that all is well and all is taken care of, and no matter what we face here, we will go to eternity with our Lord. So He is the true Prince of Peace. So the challenge for this one is the holiday season is rife with opportunities to bicker and worry. Family get-togethers can be filled with tension as jealousy and old wounds often shatter Christmas peace. Think ahead to your social commitments and write down the names of people who cause unrest in your heart. Spend time with Jesus today, asking for His direction in those relationships and committing yourself to being an ambassador of peace this holiday season. I'm going to read that one more time. The holiday season is rife with opportunities to bicker and worry. Family get-togethers can be filled with tension as jealousy and old wounds often shatter Christmas peace. Think ahead to your social commitments and write down the names of people who cause unrest in your heart. Spend time with Jesus today, asking for His direction in those relationships and committing yourself to being an ambassador of peace this holiday season. I like this. I like this challenge. I think it fits perfectly with the name, because He is the Prince of Peace, right? So He brought peace wherever He went, in whatever He did, even with the people that He didn't necessarily, or I guess I should say they didn't like Him. I don't think Jesus disliked anybody necessarily, but they definitely disliked Him, and they showed it very often. Sorry, y'all. Hold on one second. Sorry, y'all. My daughter tripped. But as I was saying, so He carried peace with Him wherever He went, even to those that didn't like Him, that caused strife with Him, that did try, that ultimately had Him killed. He still brought them peace as well and tried to have peace with them. So this is a great challenge because it's definitely true. I've seen it before. There's always that person that we don't get along with, especially like when it comes to family and stuff like that. It happens a lot, and it can ruin a Christmas, get together. It can ruin, the peace of the family or your friend group, whatever it is, if we can't control ourselves and do the best we can do. Now, we can't control the other people. We can't make them have peace with us, but we can be peaceful and we can put forth that effort. And at that point, that's all we can do. But I think it's a really good challenge too, not only for the season, but in general, to really dig into that, to really think about those people, that you do have in your life and that you have a relationship with, that, it's not necessarily a peaceful relationship. It's maybe got a little tension, or maybe, something unresolved, whatever it may be. I think this is a good challenge for the year as well as at this time, because we definitely want to have a good Christmas, get-togethers, and not have to worry about all of the strife and the hostilities. We want that, but we want that throughout the year too. So I would definitely encourage you to not only think about that person in your life, or persons, whatever it is that you do have that with, not only think about them and identify them and pray about you having that inner peace for the holiday season, but pray about it in general. Pray to God about coming into your heart and maybe trying to help you see your way past whatever the issues are, so that you can represent Him and do all you can to be that Christian, witness and that Christian example for those people. And you never know, by doing that, it may open those doors to be able to talk to them, and to maybe, minister to them, witness to them, or just to have a halfway civil relationship. Because Jesus always turned the other cheek, and that's in a sense what you have to do in these situations, because you have that peace, you have God in you, you have Him in your heart. So let Him be there, let Him give you that peace, because you shouldn't have to be worried about other people that you don't get along with. They shouldn't have any control or say over your life. It shouldn't even bother you for a second, because God is with us, and God is our peace, and we know that, and we know that this is just another lost soul. And God calls us to love the lost, no matter how bad it is, no matter where they're at, what they have going on. He calls us to love the lost, and to be witness to them. So I would encourage you to think about that person and really dig deep into why these issues are there, and maybe try to resolve some of them, at least to the point to where you know that you are doing what God would want you to do. Past that, there's nothing else you can do, but you can control yourself, and you can control how you see the world. So we'll go to the prayer, and then I'll give you the further reading, and we'll close out. So the prayer for this one is, what a beautiful picture you paint for us. What a beautiful picture you paint for us, Jesus. I can't wait for your reign to begin and for all the ugliness of sin to disappear. But in the here and now, fill me with your peace and help me to bring peace in all my instructions, in all my interactions. Where there is worry, bring a reassurance of your provision. Where there is strife, bring to mind your humility. Where there is bickering, bring it to our hearts, your love. Be our peace. I'm gonna read that one more time. What a beautiful picture you paint for us, Jesus. I can't wait for your reign to begin and for all the ugliness of sin to disappear. But in the here and now, fill me with your peace and help me to bring peace in all my interactions. Where there is worry, bring a reassurance of your provision. Where there is strife, bring to mind your humility. Where there is bickering, bring to our hearts your love. Be our peace. Yes, Lord, be our peace, because He's the only one that can, and He is the only true peace. So for the further studying, we do have Judges 6:20 through 24, Isaiah 8:21 through 9:7, Isaiah 11:1 through 9, Luke 2:14, Acts 3:15, Romans 5:1, Ephesians 2:13 through 18, Philippians 4:7, and Revelations 1:4. So that's the further reading, guys. If you do want to go check it out and go dig a little deeper, and see, what all the passages are relating to the Prince of Peace, that is definitely where to go. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that this video has reached somebody that needed it today. And I just hope y'all continue to come back and continue the series with me. I am excited to finish it out with you guys. It's getting so close. It's so crazy that we are this close to Christmas. It's hard to believe. But I hope everybody has had a wonderful season, a wonderful day, and a very Merry Christmas. And I will see y'all tomorrow.